I've tried crying with it, all good, nothing bad happened. So yeah, highly recommend it. Hi preview, I'm Adi Amor, and today I'm going to be showing you my easy full glam makeup routine. So I always like to start with a facial spray. So this one is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. I just give it a little shake and then I just spray it all over my face. So I just want to make sure that my skin is nice and prepped and ready to accept all this makeup. And after that, I'm gonna go in with some primer. So this is the one I have been loving. This is from the Body Shop all-in-one 5-action perfector primer. I start on my T-zone. There you go. So I start on my forehead, go down to my nose. I know a lot of people skip priming their face, but for me personally, for my skin type, it's just so much better. The makeup performs better, lasts longer on my face when I put a primer. Now I'm gonna be concealing my face with some cream concealer. I like using this one from NARS. Now this one I like doing before my foundation just because I think cream concealer is a bit heavier than foundation. So you do the heavier makeup first and then you put the lighter ones on top of it, if that makes sense. That's also why powder is usually the last thing you put, because it's the lighter one. Now it's time for foundation. I use 2 different types from NARS. So this one is the light reflecting foundation. Love this one. This is one of their new releases and I just love it. But I always like using it with this one. This one is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. So this is more of a liquidy one, more of a dewy finish, and this one is more matte. So mixing them together, for me, it just gives me the perfect matte but also glowy type of foundation. So I just spread this out all over my face. Now the beauty of this foundation is that it blends out so well and I really love the finish. Oh, don't forget to bring it down your neck. So next we're gonna be doing concealer. This is my all-time favorite concealer. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. So I'm just gonna put this on my under eyes. Let's just do a little mark here and here. So put it on my forehead, down my nose, around my nose, all the redness. So I actually let it sit for a bit just so it becomes more, just so you get more coverage. I think I learned that one from Anakai. She put on this exact concealer and then she waited a bit and then there really is a difference. Like you see a difference with the coverage when you blend it out right away versus letting it sit for a bit and then you blend it out. For powder, I like to use this one from Nishido. This is the Nishido Final Powder in the shade Creamy Glow. Start with the under eyes. It's the first one that I set because if you don't set it right away, it's just gonna start to crease, which is not what we're looking for, and then you're gonna end up with those weird lines under your eyes. So really better that you just go straight into your under eyes, and then next would be the T-zone. Now I'm going to bronze up my face using this NARS Laguna bronzer. This is their iconic bronzer. I usually start on top here. Like if this is your ear, you start on the top and then you work your way down. There you go. So after carving out my cheekbones, I like taking it down here to kind of soften my jawbone. So I do it on both sides. I also like to add a little bit of a shadow under as well. There you go. Now I basically have sun-kissed skin. So I'm also going to be taking the same bronzer and carving out my nose. So I usually start from the eyebrows and then I put down a clean line towards the end of the nose. And then I also like starting on my eyes. I just put a little bit of this same bronzer here just so everything ties in together. And this is more of a transition shade for whatever you end up doing on your eyes. Now since this is a full glam look, I'm going to be going a little heavy on the eyes, so I want to make sure that no fallout goes on the rest of my face. So I'm getting my powder and then I'm going to be getting my sponge. So this is a damp sponge, so I'll just dip it in. So I'm also going to bake. So I'm going to start right here and then I'll put it towards my mouth. So this is just to kind of accentuate. For my eye look, I'm going to be using this palette from NARS. This is the Afterglow palette. So I'm going to start with this light brown color on my crease. So I'll just put a little bit of that. And then now I'll go to this darker brown and then put that on my crease. So I concentrated on the outer edge right here and then bring it down towards the middle. Now I also want to create like a really shiny bronzed out look, so I'm gonna go for this color right here. I'm just gonna stamp this on the outer edge of my eye. Now I want to put something light right here in my inner corner, so I'm gonna go for this color right here using my fingers. Now I'm gonna take more of this light brown and just blend out the edges of this entire look, just to make sure that everything is blended well, blended together. To finish off full glam looks, I always go for eyeshadow toppers. This is my current favorite one. So I just got a little bit on my finger and then I put it right in the center. So I'm just gonna layer it on, just add so much more. I want to add a bit of dimension to the middle part of my eyelid, so I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It's a beigey rose gold type of shade, and I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. Now we're going to buff out all that powder, and now we're going to remove the powder from the under eyes. Just be really careful. Now we're going to be doing brows. For this one, I like using the Eyeshadow black brown eye pencil. So I'm going to start with my spoolie. I'll just brush up my brows, make sure it's in a good place. So I go in with some light strokes. Now I'm going to do the other side. Now that my brows are nice and even, now I'm going to be setting my brows with this Eyeshadow brow mascara. I usually just brush up the ones here in the front. Then it actually makes it look way more natural because it kind of lightens it. And then I go towards the end. I just brush the hair downward. Now it's time for some eyeliner. This is the LA Girl Line Art matte liner. So I'm going to wing it out right here. So this is the wing we are going for. Not anything super intense, but just enough so that your eye looks lifted towards the outside. Now that my liner is as even as it can be, I'm going to curl my lashes. So I'm just going to curl it a bit upward just so it melds well together with the falsies. For mascara, I'm going to be using this Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. I like this one because it's really a long-term type of mascara that just doesn't crease. I've tried crying with it. And then now I like taking my spoolie just to separate it, and if there are any clumps from your mascara. For falsies today, I'm going to be using these from Lachey Beauty. This is the Bella style. So it's a kind of natural looking one, but it's also kind of thick. So for this one, I like using my fingers. You can also use the lash applicator, but I like using my fingers. So I start at the end, and then I pull it towards the middle. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to be taking these two brown colors along with this metallic brown color all over my under eyes. So I'm going to concentrate it more on the outer edge, then bring it to the middle. Adding eyeshadow to your lower lash line really makes your eyes pop, makes it look more sultry and bold, and it really gives you a beautiful eye shape. And I also like getting shades like this, like a bright white type of shade, and putting it here on the inner corner of your eye. It really makes such a difference, opens up your eye. Now it's time for some blush. I'm going to be using my Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush palette. Now this one has a mix of baked palettes, matte, metallic ones. So I'm going to do this one, mix it in with this pinky one because I think that's such a cute combo. And it's just going to give you a nice natural looking blush. And I like putting my blush on the upper part. I always like putting things a bit higher than normal. I put some blush up here and of course the other side. And I put it a little bit on the nose and a little bit down here. and of course around here. For my favorite part, we're going to highlight the high points of the face. This is my favorite highlight of all time. This is the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. So I just get a little bit and put it on the high points of my face, and immediately you see what a glow. I mean, this one doesn't have a glow, this one has a glow. It's just really beautiful. And I also like putting this on my brow bone just to make it look more sparkly. Now I'm gonna do lip liner. This one is the BYS lip liner. This is in the shade Flesh. So I'm just gonna start here on my Cupid's bow. You know, putting on lip liner is very important because lipstick is gonna fade really fast, but for some reason lip liner just really lasts. So that's why I like putting on lip liner. And it's also great to kind of give your lips a really nice shape. Me, I like making my lips look a little bit bigger than they really are, so that is what I did with my lip liner. For my lipstick today, I'm gonna be using my all-time favorite. This is the Maybelline Clay Crush Matte Lipstick. I'm just gonna put this on top of the lip liner. So this is basically the finished look. I'm just going to be setting it now with some setting spray. So I use two different setting sprays. So this one is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray, and this one is my all-time favorite spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. I like to use this Pretty Fresh spray first because this one just melts all of the powder together. It just makes everything look so much more natural. So I'm very generous with this. I just want to make sure that my face is drenched in this, and it has a really fine mist. So we're just gonna wait for this to dry a bit. It also adds a little bit of a glow. It's more of a moisturizing type of spray as well, so it also gives you a nice natural glow. So now for the last step, we're gonna be doing the Urban Decay All Nighter. Now this one is really what makes everything stay as long as possible. So I just do a little bit. I don't drown my face in this. I just put a little bit because you just need a little bit. So let's just spray it. This is it. This is my complete, easy, full glam look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Mwah.